So, business analysts, scrum masters, and project managers are three of the most sought after roles in today's digital economy. But what skills really make you stand out? So, in this video, I will walk you through the complete skill set you need for the technical, transferable certifications and soft skills for each of these roles. Whether you are just starting or leveling up, this guide is a career roadmap for you. So, welcome back to the TechNet vlog. I hope all we've shared in the past have been of good use to you. And if yes, please comment, like, share. And we've helped so many Scrum Masters, project managers, business analysts become better practitioners in the field, as well as support to prepare for the exams. So today we are going to look at the ultimate must-have skill sets of business analysts, scrum masters, and project managers. So, on the agenda today, we are going to look at the technical skills you will need, the transferable skills, the soft skills, then certifications. Very important. So, starting with the technical skills and with the business analyst. The first thing you have to have is requirements engineering. So, you need to know how to gather your requirements, okay? In terms of writing clear user stories, use cases, and acceptance criteria, as well as illustration skills. Know how you gather your illustration, whether it's interview, workshops, surveys, prototyping. Then requirement traceability and change control, knowing how you need to look at the relationship between requirements and as well take your requirements or whatever request through change control process. Okay. Then the next thing is modeling and documentation. How do you want to, represent the requirement? Make it vivid, make it in picture form, or like help your business area understand the requirement more. So you can use the UML diagrams, that is for class, sequence, activity, BAPM diagram for process flows, then data flow diagrams, ER diagrams, state transitions, or diagrams. Okay. Then, as for technical skills as a business analyst, you also need to know data and analytics. Okay, that could be MySQL for data extraction, advanced Excel. It could be pivot tables, macros, query, Power Query, then BI dashboards. You have your Power BI, Tableau, and Skill View. Then moving on from there, we are still on the technical skills for for the business analyst, and we are still on the data. So also you're looking at KPI or metric development. Then moving on from there, we are going into the process improvement. So how do you intend to improve processes? So you need to have the skill, and it could be in terms of gap analysis or root cause analysis, trying to look at, okay, this issue, where is it emanating from? Okay, let's look at where it's coming from. Also, let's look at the process and all whatnot. Then also Lean Six Sigma, then business process reengineering. Also, you also need to have the skill of prototyping and wireframing, knowing how to represent your requirements or the use your product in this form. So the tools for that, you should maybe, if you want, you can learn how to do Figma, Balsamiq, Azure, then Lucid Chat, which is also one of the most common, or even use Miro. Then for test support, because as a business analyst, you need to support your business, even if you have a tester or a QA person, you also need to support and testing, okay? And other stuff like, creating test scenarios and UAT plans, validating requirements against test cases, defect triage participation. So another thing is also domain knowledge, industry specific. So maybe you are working in health, you need to have an idea, also research read up, okay, to have an idea of what is happening in that domain. So for example, you are working in banking or and finance, you have to have an idea of KYC, ML, BSL norms, healthcare, HIPAA, EMR, EHR. There are like bodies or policies, guiding all these things. So you have to know them. You have to have an idea. So also for IT or software, you have to have an idea of APIs, microservices, cloud concept, AWS, Azure, GCP, basics. Then moving on from there, we are now going into the technical skills you require as a Scrum Master. The first here is the Agile frameworks. So you have to have an understanding or idea of the Agile frameworks, be it Scrum, and remember, please, they'll tell you Scrum is not a process, it's a framework. So it could be Scrum, it could be Kanban, SP, Safe, Less, Nezu, Spotify, model. Then you also have to have an idea of agile metrics. So, your velocity, your sprint burn down or burn up charts, release burn down, cumulative flow, then lead time and cycle time. Then for facilitation skills, very, very important because you're going to be doing your stand ups, your reviews, your sprint planning, your retrospective. So you need to know how to lead sprint ceremonies, facilitating backlog refinement with your product owner, and also decision making workshops and team consensus. Remember that you have like conflicts, so you should know how to, come in and lead and know how to, de escalate and all whatnot. So also agile tools, you need these technical skills. For example, you need to have an idea how to use Jira, Rally version 1 through your Mural. So some of these you use them for your sprint planning, some for brainstorming, some for reporting like Jira or even Confluence. Then also, yeah, Confluence is even mentioned here. So for technical skills as a Scrum Master, also you need to have that coaching and servant leadership skill. So you should know that, for example, when you see someone that, maybe there is an opportunity, you know how to, bring them to the table, teach them stuff. So you have to know how to coach new team members, how to onboard them on agile principles, even the company, your organization you're working for. Then also how to mentor your product owners and developers on rules or responsibilities. Yes, you need to teach them that, some issues you have to, solve internally within you, because you are supposed to have the skills and all, understanding, and you shouldn't assume that your product owners or everyone, like, because they're in the Scrum team so they understand the framework. No, it is your job to mentor and also coach them. Then scaling agile, you have to have this skill. For example, when it comes to program increment, PI planning for safe, then also synchronization ceremonies across multiple teams. Then for DevOps awareness, you have to have this awareness. So CI/CD, continuous improvement, continuous development pipelines. When you are like working and pushing into prod and like continuously without breaking. So Jenkins, GitHub Actions, GitLab, then also agile testing concept. So also BDD, continuous testing, continuous improvement, then collaboration with DevOps engineers. You have to know how to, collaborate with them, meet with them, coach them. So also moving on to project management technical skills. First one is project planning and scheduling. Very, very important. You have to know your tools. For example, Microsoft Project, Smartsheet, Primavera, and Monday.com. Then also know how to work out your work breakdown structure, how to like all those tasks, what needs to be done, know how you need to structure them. Then critical path method, like knowing what is dependent on what should come first afterwards, knowing how to measure that. And then cost and budgeting, very, very important. I think I also even miss that as a business, because in some organizations they would also want you to be the one tracking like the finance and stuff like that. So also as a project manager, one of the technical skills is for you to know how to do your cost and budgeting, estimating your estimation techniques. For example, analog, bottom up, 3 point parametric. Maybe you want to split it, you want to start from the small to the large, from large to big. Okay, then you earn value management, forecasting, variance analysis. So forecasting, okay, looking at, okay, I think we need would maybe you use your your this thing. So you'll be like, okay, I think we may have to, there's a possibility of this project getting to this place due to this analysis or that analysis. Okay. Then risk management, even like from the get-go, you have to, analyze risk. If we go this way or if we prioritize this, what are the risks involved? Okay. So that is dependent on you. So you have to do your risk identification, qualitative or quantitative analysis, probability or impact matrix, Monte Carlo simulation basics. Then also moving on, we have the quality management, your QA, QC framework, ISO or Six Sigma, defect prevention strategies, and also procurement and vendor management. I know in some organizations these like are split into different units or different teams or even different ministries, but in this case, it's also expected that you have to have like an idea, okay? So, for example, your contract types, you have to know your fixed price, time and material, cost plus, and vendor evaluation, SLA monitoring, then portfolio and program management. In some cases, you see yourself managing different projects at the same time or even different portfolios. So you also have to know benefits realization tracking, governance frameworks, PMO practices, then tech awareness. Okay. So cloud delivery models, cybersecurity basics for projects. You have those like you should just check Udemy for security trainings to have an idea. Okay, and yeah. So also moving on from there, we are now going to look at transferable skills. So we are going to share this between the BA, the Scrum Master, and the PM. Okay, so the first one is stakeholder management, mapping influence, resolving conflicts, expectation management. Very, very important. You should first of all identify your stakeholders. You should first of all understand their needs, even when it comes to communication or whatnot. Then when it comes to conflict, because you have, let's say, even if you have two stakeholders, I don't think they see things from the same perspective. Okay. So you should know how to manage expectations and conflict. Then change management, be it Adaka framework, be it stakeholder readiness, training support. Yes, change, there is always a process when it comes to change management. When one, are you coming to a company that is going from paper to paperless? You need to realize to or you need to bring your stakeholders to the level of realization that this, you're not taking their job, but you are trying to make things better for them. Okay. Then also, for example, you need to put in a new change and stuff like that. You need to look at the risk, the impact, and all whatnot. So you need to have that good grasp of change management, okay? And there is a process to change. That is why you have your governance. Now, negotiation skills. Yes, you have to have the scope, the resources, vendor, contract, trade-offs. Yes, when it comes to negotiation, whether you are negotiating with your stakeholders or you are negotiating with your sponsors, or maybe there will be trade-offs. Okay, we may have to add this, we may have to remove this. You are at the center of it all. Okay, you are the person bringing everyone together. Then presentation and communication skills. Very, very, very important, because throughout the project, be it you are the Scrum Master, be it you are the BA, be it you are the PM, you will be presenting. You'll be preparing PowerPoint, whether on Canva, whether on Microsoft. You'll be telling stories. You'll be visualizing your data, maybe on flows. You'll be writing briefs for executives. So yes, you have to have that good grasp of presentation and communication skills. Okay, and you need to know how also to communicate to who and how. Then problem solving. Yes, when there is an issue, you double into root cause analysis. You look at design thinking, system thinking. Very important. Looking at the design. Okay, you need to know who to consult, who to get involved, or who to bring to the table. Okay, system thinking. Okay, why are we having this issue with this system? Why is it working this well? It's not working that way. Okay, then moving on to continue with our transferable skills, looking at collaboration and teamwork. Very, very important. Even as a Scrum Master, your teamwork or team collaboration skill has to be up there. Cross-functional alignment, remote collaboration tools. Yes, these days you have, your team members here and there. So you, even without seeing them, you should know how to collaborate with them, do that team play and or whatnot. Time and priority management, because you are not just working on, just one project, even as a scrum master or as a PM, as a BA, you are working on so many projects. So you need to know how to time box, you need to know how to manage time during meetings. Your meetings shouldn't go into hours, make sure you pinpoint the important stops, okay, and move on. Decision making, you have to know how to analyze stuff quickly, understand stuff quickly, and make decision. Bring, even if you need to, consult your sponsor or your stakeholders, but at the same time, you are the one everyone is looking at, okay? Business acumen, very, very important that you think in a business-like manner. You know how to manage your customers, you know how to think about value, like for example, when it comes to priority. Okay, you are trying to help your product owner to make, decision. You are trying to make him look at the minimum viable product. Okay, if we prioritize this way, what value are we getting from it? Then looking at our soft skills, moving into soft skills as well. Also, we have the remember, we moved from transferable skills. Now we're moving into soft skills, okay? And we're looking at everyone individually. So, as a business analyst, what are the soft skills that is required? One, active listening and empathy. Very, very important. For example, you are collecting requirements or you're gathering requirements, you need that active listening so that you get the point, okay? And empathy. At times, business will tell you that, oh my goodness, this system you guys built is the worst thing ever. It's not working. We are losing value. So you should know how to be empathetic, okay? Then critical thinking, analyze data, validate assumptions. You have to think critically. Adaptability and flexibility, respond to changing priorities. Yes, tomorrow anything can change, so you have to adapt. Then persuasive communication, when you need something, you know how to communicate to stakeholders so that they will understand the importance of what is going on. Then detail orientation, ensure completeness of requirements. Yes, that is why you have to go back to validate your requirements. Then soft skills for scrum masters, servant leadership. Oh, you have to have that humility, like, whether you like it or not. I know one of my managers or one of my bosses would say that you have to have it as an attitude to be a scrum master. It is not a job. It is not like, it is an attitude. So yes, servant leadership, even when you feel, oh, this person is trampling on my ego or whatever. No, it is all about the work. Okay. Conflict mediation. Yes, there'll be a lot of conflict within the team, among developers, with your stakeholders. You need to know how to resolve conflict. Okay, coaching and mentoring. Yes, guiding team towards self-organization. Oh, we have a problem. We need to tell this person. No, let's look at this problem internally. Let's see if it's something we can solve by ourselves. Okay, team motivation. Oh, you need to know how to use those words. Good work, team. We can do this and all whatnot. You have to be vibrant. Then emotional intelligence. Yes, empathy, patience, politeness, self-awareness. You have to have it. Then for project managers, soft skills, leadership and influence, because everyone is expecting you to take a decision. Everyone is expecting you to do this or do that. So you have to have that leadership and influence, know how to influence people, know how to influence decisions. Okay, strategic thinking. Yes, project management is all about strategic thinking. You have the budget, you have the scope, you have the, so like, you have to be strategic, because whatever you are working on should be in alignment with the strategic plans of the organization. So you have to think strategically when it comes to goals and all whatnot. Resilience and stress management. You're ready to manage 100 projects at a time, but maybe in micro project and stuff like that. So you need to know how to manage your stress. Also, you need to be aware of your body, your health, to know when to rest. Okay, that is very, very important. Yes, negotiation and persuasion. Just like we mentioned, you should know how to, negotiate with your stakeholders, be it your stakeholders, be it your vendors, be it whoever. Okay, you need to know how to bring everyone to the table to agree. Okay. Then cultural intelligence, because you'll be working with people from different parts of the world. So you need to be culturally alert. Even if it means going out of your way to study about culture, language, and all whatnot. Okay. This, it makes people feel aware, like, oh, this person is interested in what we're doing, is interested in me, and all whatnot. Okay. Now, for certifications, anyone you can. Yes. So for business analysts, you have your CBAP, you have your ECBA, you have your PMI-BA, and all whatnot. Then for Scrum Masters, you can either go for your certified Scrum Mastery certificate, you have your PSM 1, 2, and 3, you have SAFE, and then for your project manage as a project manager, you can go for your PMP, CAPM, and all, and even ITL. So this brings us to the end of our um, tutorial today, and just leaving you with this word. So these words to thrive as a business analyst, as a scrum master, a project manager, you need more than just technical know-how. Okay, it's about blending tools, transferable skills, certification, and soft skills to deliver real value. And remember, if you need all those free resources are like on how to prepare for your exams, be it PMP, be it your business analysis exam, or even Scrum Master. Check out our YouTube channel, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you. Bye.